Today we need to get into Jung Kook's brother and what he posted on social media. We also need to get into people saying that Jennie shamed Jung Kook's new Calvin Klein video and what that is about. And of course, we also have people saying that the label HYBE should be suing someone. Say Dumplings is safe to decide, hate it or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your Dumplings, hey Spling Mug merch, and let's go. Part of me is kind of upset, and another part of me understands. It's actually very confusing to know what type of content is okay to consume and what content is not okay. I've seen a lot of people in the fandom almost developing anxiety over not knowing what is the right thing to do and what isn't, in fear that they're going to get shunned by the fandom or attacked in some way. I just want to make it very clear to anyone who feels like they might be attacked by other people within the fandom for something they're doing, you have to realize the fandom is not your life. You can enjoy BTS, you can enjoy the content that comes out, but don't think that your life is within the people that are in the fandom, specifically those that are attacking you. Because by thinking that, of course, you're then going to panic, as you would feel like your world and everyone you know is coming down on you, when in reality the stuff they might be coming down on you for is such a minor deal. Now, in case you have no idea what is going on and you're wondering what on earth is content that is not okay to consume, well, the fandom tends to think that content that is curated and taken by a stalker is not going to be content that people should consume, because it's almost supporting the stalker in what they do and also enabling the stalker to do more, right? So by consuming the photos, by buying the content, by watching and streaming it, it's generating money for the stalker to essentially fund their lifestyle of stalking the celebrity. However, it gets to a point where I feel like everything is being called stalker activity when it may or may not be. We have no idea, but it's odd to automatically assume that it is, because then we're attacking people that could potentially be innocent. So what is the content that I am talking about today? Apparently there was a photo that came out from the military of RM holding a saxophone, and a couple of news articles posted about this, basically saying that we are seeing something very cute here and it's so nice to see RM involved in music again, and being so involved in the military, doing performances and just saying, you know, those things. Several news articles were posting about this, and then you could see within the comments that there were people who were attacking either the news article or the person who initially founded this picture, claiming that the label was going to sue them for posting this picture, and this picture is a violation of intellectual property and all that sort of stuff. I want to say that violation of intellectual property is a more nuanced and complicated issue that is way more nuanced than just a photo being taken of them. If I were to see a celebrity on the street and then snap a picture and post it, that is not in violation of any specific intellectual property. There are public figures, and in general, if you live in most places, you can just take a picture and it's not in violation of any intellectual property. That's like saying a security camera or something like that would be in violation of intellectual property, and that's not true. But the idea that the label had taken all this action against the military for the use of BTS photos within their app, the only reason why the whole situation was even a situation was because the military was attempting to sell things. The military was attempting to use BTS's face to represent the military. They were hoping that by using BTS's face, they could potentially get people to allegedly sign up for the military or think positively of it. They were also allegedly also selling things like stuffed animals and that sort of stuff. There were also things like the boy's name, and then there was like an official next to it that was making it seem like they were officially on the app and endorsing it. Now, you can obviously see what the problem is here. The boys may not want to endorse something political or may not want to endorse a specific thing on the app when they're not even fully aware of what all the new little nuances of the app in the military even mean. With that said, that makes sense why it would be a violation of intellectual property. However, a photo being taken and then leaked, even if it's a stalker picture, would not be in violation of intellectual property, because what is the property that is being misused here? So while there's a lot of people that want the label to take legal action over things like this coming out, I think things like this coming out are essentially inevitable, and there's nothing we can do about it. Personally, for me, I feel kind of 50-50 about it from either side, because while I don't think the boys should be followed around and stalked, I also love to see updates and I love to know what they're okay and what they're doing, because unfortunately, since they're not really on the app anymore, we can't really see or keep up to what they're doing anymore. Fortunately, recently, we are seeing a little bit of updates from Jung Kook's brother, and this is a little bit of a controversial issue on its own that I want to explain first. I don't think it's a bad thing for us to consume the updates that Jung Kook's brother is giving to the world. If you are not aware, there's a lot of controversy around his brother's Instagram account having 1 million followers, and people saying that why are these followers so creepy following a celebrity's brother who may not be a celebrity. But one thing that we have to note is that while Jungkook's brother may not be a traditional celebrity in terms of being an artist, he is an entrepreneur that owns a very public company. He owns a successful clothing line and does very, very well. And Jungkook was even a part of it, like one of the executives of it. He's also very much aware that if he doesn't want things to be public, he can delete the account. The account now has over 1 million followers and is very public. So I don't understand what the controversy would be for consuming that content. Jungkook's brother posted a photo of a package with some writing on it. Now, it's difficult to tell if this package was sent to the brother or if it was initially meant to send to Jungkook in the military. However, I'm thinking it's the latter. The message of the box basically says that whoever is extremely proud of Jungkook, as he has just finished his training, is now going to be officially enlisting as a soldier now. Now, people have some debate as to what the meaning behind this message is. Is this Jungkook's brother being angry at Jungkook and that he is enlisting and kind of saying that in terms of like, I wish he was home? Or is this being said in a way that sort of praises him and makes him seem like he's actually very happy that Jungkook enlisted? I think it could be a little bit of both. I think while obviously the brother would want Jungkook to enlist, I think the brother would also want Jungkook to be around, similar to how everyone else kind of feels about the situation. While this is obviously a message that shows that the brother misses Jungkook, it's also a message that shows that they're very proud. The whole family is very proud of Jungkook and what he has done. Recently, we are seeing a new Calvin Klein campaign kind of come out, and I think everyone is very excited over this campaign as we are finally seeing more of it. We got to see a little bit of Jungkook before enlisting, and now we are seeing sort of, I assume, the rest of the campaign. And it comes out at a good time as we're all missing BTS and Jungkook content right now. Now, there's been a lot of controversy within this type of content that's being put out now. If you're unaware of what the drama is between Blackpink and BTS, there is none. However, the fandom hates each other because both groups are extremely popular and the fans want their favorite group to be the most popular. And every day online, we are seeing arguments online as to who is bigger. Personally, I'm always thinking, who cares? It's not like they're asking you to do this for them. Also, while you're doing that, the idols are getting richer and richer as you two fight. Like, why are you wasting your time doing this? But because of this drama, a lot of people tend to compare Jennie's campaign, who is also with Calvin Klein, to Jungkook's campaign. And I guess who is better? However, both campaigns are extremely different. They're both advertising very different things. I don't think Jennie was advertising like jeans or shirts or any of that stuff. I think she was just advertising the sports bra and underwear. So that already means that you can't compare the two because their campaigns are also going to be very different. People were also saying that they will now be kind of protesting Calvin Klein because they choose to promote Jungkook more instead of promoting Jennie more. It's very funny because then these fans of Jennie would kind of go in on Jungkook and insult Jungkook because they believe Jennie actually hates Jungkook, and that is a theory that has never been proven. They're acting like they're insulting Jungkook on behalf of Jennie, and that is where you just have to draw the line. Both of their campaigns were representing different things, and both their contracts probably looked very different. Not even saying like payment or any of that sort of stuff, but they probably just looked very different because they were doing different things. Jennie might be on the verge of several different campaigns and in between several different contracts that she was only allowed to really do one campaign. While Jungkook, obviously, he's going to the military, he didn't really have anything else planned. He was going to have more space and more time to do more campaigns. Both idols are extremely successful. Both idols are extremely famous. The brand would be lucky to have any of them represent their brand. And the very few people that wish to attack and hurt the idol over silly drama that doesn't exist between the two can continue to do that. They can choose to stop shopping at Calvin Klein if they wish. I would say no one at Calvin Klein, none of the idols are going to be missing you. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks. Just leave a comment right here. Love you. Bye.